Hi, my name is Noel Davis with Wormiculture, and I'm here to give you an update. I was going to try to use my homemade trommel that I built, but the bins that I had, the material's just a little bit too wet to go through there, so I've been trying to dry it out. And I want to show you what I'm doing here to try to do that. So let's get started. So what I have here, this is one of my bins that I tell you about. This is the way I do the same thing, holes in the sides. I had the lid on it. It was really, really wet in here. If you can't tell, there's still even some moisture left in here. But I dumped it out into this right here. Now, it's so wet, you can actually see, I don't know if you can see here, but there's liquid pooling at the bottom here. It's very, very thick. You can tell there's a lot of worms in here though, which is nice. But it's very, very thick. It's actually too thick to go through my system that I have. I'm worried that it's just gonna get choked up in here and not really go through. So I was gonna show you a video on that. I won't be able to do it. I mean, look at this. You can see all the worms in here though, lots of worms. Now, another thing that I have in here is corn. I actually threw pieces of corn in here. This one was, let me see, I don't think I had any others. I think I only put one in here. And this one actually was a piece of corn. If you can't tell, it's really, really wet. This is much wetter than I would normally let my bins get, but it sort of sat for a while as I was working on other things. But this piece of corn, when I put it in there, was actually fresh. It had not been cooked. There was nothing that had been done with it. It was just rotting. It didn't look good enough to eat, so I threw it in here, and look at that. They've almost taken off all the kernels, and the worms actually are crawling, it looks like through it. There's some worms even through it right here. But as you can tell, I mean, there's just a lot of moisture in this bin, and I just have it dumped out here to try to dry it out, and then I'm going to try to put it through the trommel that we've made. So we'll see, but there's definitely some good worms in here, some big ones like right here. A lot of worms through here. But this is just really thick. I mean, you can just tell it's like mud. It's way too thick to be used for anything that's going to need it to flow through. I mean, this wouldn't flow through the trommel. It would all just come out the other side without, you know, being really sorted. So I got to wait for it to dry out a little bit. But I am hoping to show everybody a video on how this trommel works. I actually had the tarp out and everything. I was about to set it up when I realized that this was not going to work, and I didn't want to show you guys just how this doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is bury this back down here just a little bit. This is really wet. I'm going to let this sit out for a few days. By the way, this is actually, I don't know if you can tell, it's I think a piece of burlap in there still. So there's still been some of that left in there. This bin's been used for quite a while now, probably about a year, and it's really built up with good, solid compost, except for obviously some of the paper that I've thrown in recently. But this will be ready to go, I'm hoping, in a few days through my trommel, and then we'll test this out and we'll see how it works. So I hope you enjoyed. This is kind of a quick update here, but I thought I would show you what's going on and why I don't have a trommel video for you this week. I'm sorry, guys. All right? Hope you enjoyed. Bye.